Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for January 8th. January 8th is the 8th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 357 days remaining to the end of the year, 358 in leap years. January 8th is Typing Day. What is Typing Day? This is an international event co-organized by the Speed Typing Contest team from Junior Chamber International, Minds and Team Typo Autocorrector to promote speed, accuracy, and efficiency in written communication among the public. Typing Day was conceptualized in Malaysia and first celebrated in 2011. Typing Day is held on January 8th because that's 1 week after the New Year's, when people are typically thinking about planning what they want to do for the coming year and reviewing the past year. This is a celebrated opportunity to write those thoughts and plans down on this day. For example, a review of the past year, the vision, mission, and objective for the year ahead, and so on. I know I took typing at some point in school and I learned the quote, proper placement, end quote, of fingers on the keyboard, but I think real proficiency comes from practice. A little instruction and a lot of practice. Typing Day. Today's word is neoist. Neoist can be a noun or an adjective. As a noun, neoist means one who favors or employs new ideas, styles, techniques, and so on. As an adjective, neoist means favoring new ideas, styles, techniques, and so on. The word neoist comes to us from Greek, where it means new. Earliest documented use of the word neoist is 1916. And with that, we'll start with Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei. He's been referred to as the father of modern astronomy, the father of modern physics, and the father of science due to his revolutionary discoveries. He was the first person to use a telescope to observe the skies and discovered the moons of Jupiter and the rings of Saturn, sunspots, and solar rotation. It was on January 8th of 1642 that Galileo passed away at the age of 77. On January 8th, 1835, President Andrew Jackson achieved his goal of entirely paying off the United States national debt. Noble enterprise. It was the only time in U.S. history that the national debt stood at zero. Unfortunately, the country, like so many of its citizens, did not know how to live debt free. Several dramatic events later, the country began borrowing again and has been indebted ever since. While citizens and politicians of every level and stripe have decried the national debt and even pledged to do away with it, this has proved impossible so far. As of the end of 2021, the national debt stood at over $28 trillion and growing, and it seems unlikely that the events of 1835 will be repeated in the foreseeable future. President Woodrow Wilson announced his 14 points plan for the aftermath of World War I on January 8, 1918. These 14 points addressed such matters as open covenants of peace, freedom of navigation upon the seas, equality of trade among the agreeing nations, arms reduction, a thing called adjustment of colonial claims. Several points had to do with sovereignty and evacuation of a number of occupied countries, and the formation of a General Association of Nations. Now, we can't talk about January 8th without mentioning that this is the birthday of singer and actor Elvis Presley, born January 8th, 1935. On his 8th birthday, he wanted a rifle or a bicycle, but his mama got him a guitar instead. $6.95 down at the hardware store. That birthday gift changed the course of history. Wildly popular and unintentionally controversial, Elvis came to be known as the king of rock and roll and still has a huge and loyal following to this day. Elvis Presley lived to the age of 42. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and feel free to share this with others if you found it interesting or informative. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty, back to work.